We've got apartments, we've got villas, we've got stuff that can be done short lets on, long lets on. You name it, the opportunities are endless. So we've got stuff that can cater people with small budgets, from I'd say 130k, 130,000, all the way up to the 7-8 million mark. And that's in Dubai. Hello everybody, and welcome to Key Property Consultants Podcast. Today, we'll be introducing our new series to you, P.I.P. That stands for People in Property. We'll be having a variety of guests coming on our show, from architects, solicitors, brokers, developers, you name it. If you have any specific suggestions of people you would like to see, whether it's a specific individual or a specific industry within the property industry, then let us know so we can get them on this podcast. And before we carry on, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so then you can be updated on any videos that we post. So today it's myself, Adil Niazi, one of the two directors from Key Property Consultants, and my business partner, Ayrton Chetty.
How you doing, everyone? So I'm the other director at Key Property Consultants. I've been in the industry from 2009, working at an independent estate agent, working my way up the ladder. Started as a lettings negotiator and worked my way up to lettings manager to branch manager. Had the opportunity to go into business alone to start with, but advised not to. And a mutual client put me in contact with Adil, unexpectedly. Adil actually met with me
many years ago, battling for keys.
Keys were in the other office, you have to come back next week. And then all of a sudden, we ended up having a dinner date, not too far from here in Beckenham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Beckenham, and sat down, and that was back in 2016.
That's it, beginning of 2016, I think it was.
And from then onwards, literally, we just hit it all off. The energy was exactly the same, wasn't it?
That's it.
Both know what we wanted. And from then onwards, wasn't it? We just went from strength to strength.
Rest of history, really.
Yeah, absolutely. We started in Chislehurst. Adil, do you want to bet in?
Yeah, so a bit about myself before we go into how the company sort of started. So whereas Ayrton used to work for independent, I used to work for a corporate company. So with the corporate, it was all about numbers, things like that. Obviously, they gave me an opportunity. I had no experience. So I went in as a trainee in 2010 with one of the largest corporate companies. So I was a trainee, and then basically within a year, I became a senior negotiator. And then I was promoted to lettings negotiator, then promoted to branch manager because I kept performing, because this industry is all about performance. So the career sort of progressed, and I got to the level where I was managing a branch. So I had to sort of make the decision of weighing up the options. Do I want to progress and try to become an area manager within a corporate organisation, or do I want to go and set up and learn and have my own independent estate agents? One of the key deciding factors for me was being able to provide a service that I was happy with all round. Because when you're at a corporate, you're at front end, you can give the front end service, but then back end goes elsewhere. So off the premises, so for like property management and things like that, where I wanted to give a sort of more personal approach. And Ayrton and I sort of, although we didn't have the idea of going into business together as such, and as he said, we were sort of like competitors battling out for letting the properties and stuff like that. We had a mutual client that we both sort of spoke to, who we still do with business with till this day. And he sort of set the dinner date up like Ayrton said. We met up and we opened our first...
unofficial dinner day, wasn't it?
It was.
Come down and meet me, didn't say anything about you being there.
That bit, yeah. It's sort of like, not catfished us in a way, but sort of like reeled me in without telling us about each other being present. And then when we got there, he was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, what are you doing here? And then obviously the penny dropped. And
yes, it's literally...
It's been good.
Yeah, obviously the journey, they're still ongoing. And,
yeah, exactly. So Chislehurst was 2016 September?
Officially September, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a Muse office on the Royal Parade. So that premises was sort of tucked away. Obviously, we knew that we had some clients sort of ready to do business with us. And where it was only the two of us, we didn't really want a prominent high street premises, because when we were out and we're having to lock the door, we didn't want to sort of leave an empty office and people coming trying to get in and stuff like that. So we had a space. But that sort of changed very quickly within 6 or 7.
Too quickly, wasn't it? By the time we set up, we was ready to move.
Ready to go, yeah. Literally. So before we could settle in, get our feet under the table, we'd grown to the level where we needed to grow our team. And we needed that high street premises because the office was too small. We moved down to High Street Penge.
April 2017.
Yeah, that's the one. April 2017. And the business grew from strength to strength. We grew our team as well.
Yeah, that grew relatively quickly, didn't it? I mean, we had one person come on board the same month we started, and then I think we had another 3 come on board within 3 months. Yes, yeah.
5, 6 of one part-time and then 5 full-time within before 12 months of opening, basically, within 12 months of opening. So the business is going well. We both heading in the right direction. Obviously, all businesses have their ups and downs, but the best thing to do is sit down, talk about it, get whatever's on your chest off your chest, and then you can get a different perspective and a different angle from your business partner. Obviously, there's a lot of involved in the estate agency industry. We do lettings. Predominantly, we started off as a lettings and property management company. And as we grew, obviously, we ended up sort of on top of each other in that office. So we've actually stayed on the high street in Penge. We've moved about 4 or 5 doors down.
5 doors down here. Yeah, 5 doors down.
This office is, I think, 3 times the size, would you say? Yeah, so we've got...
that was February of 2022, wasn't it?
Yeah, so February 2022, we moved to this office. We've got a full team now. And then we actually opened Welling as well a few months after. And that's the second office for us. So we've got our premises on Belgrove Road, which are basically like the high street in Welling. A good premises as well. Not as big as this one. This is our core office. We've got private meeting offices in both premises, however. And we're pleased to say we've sort of grown to roughly 330 managed units now, I'd say. Yeah.
Cover quite a large area, so to cut you off then, cover quite a large area from Croydon, South London, South West London, across to Kent, some parts of Central London and East London. So it's good to have both offices definitely able to manage and get around.
Yeah, so to cover what Ayrton's basically saying, from Penge we can cover to Croydon and those sort of areas, coming back towards where we are, and then Catford, Bexley, which is our core sort of area, Sydenham, and then we can go further out, Chislehurst, and then from there we've got our Kent office, Welling, and we cover the Kent area, so Welling, Bexley Heath,
Dartford, Gravesend, Rochester,
literally quite far from yes. And the good thing about our brand is it stands out, and once you see one board and you see our brand, so if you didn't know, Key Property Consultants, bright orange, it's in your face, you won't miss it. And now that you've seen it once, when you see our boards around, it'll be in the forefront of your mind. So predominantly we was a lettings management business, but then we started to push the sales as well. We hired business development managers, we've got sales consultants on board, and we've even expanded our business model to having self-employed consultants. So if you're interested in becoming an estate agent and you want to earn commission, then this is the job for you. You can work around your day-to-day sort of role of what you currently do, or you can come in the deep end, full-fledged, full-time, hit the ground running and build a big commission pipeline. So there's different angles to go in at, and Ayrton and I are always happy to talk to people and have chats. We get the old message here on Instagram and stuff like that, don't we?
Facebook, Instagram, a lot of messages coming through. So
having little meetings and talks and stuff.
Yes.
So predominantly that's what we do. We do the sales side of things as well.
We touch base on the development side, sourcing developments. So we also source developments. So if we see an empty premises or a derelict building, we try to get in contact with the vendors, write to them, let them know we've got a buyer lined up ready to go, and hopefully get the deal done. So quite a few have worked.
Yeah.
During COVID, we had a good run, didn't we?
Yeah. I think COVID sort of triggered that side of things a lot. And the video viewing started a lot there. So,
although you was in major lockdown in COVID, though, wasn't it?
Literally. So my daughter was born in lockdown. So I was at home panicking, thinking, oh my God, what's going on? Bless it. And he was out there holding the fort, doing the videos, still letting property. So you go out, you do the video, wouldn't you? Send them videos on WhatsApp. And then that triggered our YouTube channel, where we sort of had videos coming out with us doing the videos of our lettings properties, sales properties, development tours. And now we've hopefully, touch wood, managed to knock down some funding.
Yes.
So we'll be doing a lot more developments ourselves this year as well. So if you've got any land with planning, or if you're looking for a JV partner, drop us online, give us a call. However you see fit and get in contact with us, we're more than happy to help point you in the right direction. Do a combined venture with you. We didn't mention the international side.
I'm just going to touch base on it. Yes.
So
let them know about your recent trip.
Yeah. So we've managed to build a good connection with one of the largest developers in Dubai, and their developments out there are phenomenal. Quality of life is fantastic. The weather's great. it can get too hot at times, but you can always come back to the UK or go on holiday from Dubai elsewhere. So we've got apartments, we've got villas, we've got stuff that can be done short lets on, long lets on, you name it. The opportunities are endless. So we've got stuff that can cater people with small budgets, from like I'd say 130k, 130,000, all the way up to the 7-8 million mark, and that's in Dubai. I'm actually Turkish Cypriot myself, so I've actually got some connections in the motherland in North Cyprus as well. We've got some developments and opportunities, not cheaper than Dubai, obviously a different market, but again, the weather's great, the people are friendly, it's nice.
More a shorter flight to get there as well.
Exactly.
So we spent a bit of time out there, didn't we?
Yeah, we went out there a couple of years ago when we first started selling the stuff. It was good, but unfortunately, lockdown came, well, COVID, lockdown, all of that kind of stuff.
Starting to pick up a little bit more, there's a lot more investors out there now, so it starts picking up a little bit more.
I think it has a factor to play as well. We sort of took our foot off the gas for the international stuff as well because of the lockdown, and we were focusing on making sure that we could retain our business here and keep it growing. So between ourselves, we also have a small property portfolio. We own stuff individually, we own stuff together as well. The first project we actually did was in Grove Park. We bought a little...
Got a better one, yeah.
Bought a little one bed 2 years ago now. Was having battles with the actual housing association.
Management company as well.
It was a management company. Yeah, gave us a bit of a headache. Basically, the angle that we went to buy this one bedroom property with the idea of converting into a 2-bed, releasing equity and going again. Unfortunately, the first year was battling with the housing association. It was like hitting our head against a brick wall. And then thankfully, they left and another housing association management company came on board. And we managed to seal the deal with them and get it done very quickly. So we managed to get the conversion done in the second year. So from 1 to a 2-bed, we converted it. But unfortunately, as you know now, interest rates have taken a hike. Property prices have taken a dip in certain locations as well. So we haven't been able to achieve the price that we were looking for. So rather than selling it for undervalue for what we believe is
intention should be,
we've decided to Airbnb it.
Yes, and it's working out pretty well on the Airbnb side, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're achieving a lot more than we would on the private market, which is fantastic. We've decided to retain it for now until the market sort of gets better as such, increases in value, and then we can either sell it, refinance, go again. But for now, we've got an asset with generating some income. So on to the Airbnb stuff. That's another thing that we can offer. So we've got a chap on board with us now who is very good at managing short lets, something that he used to do where he previously used to work.
He spent some time in Dubai, didn't he, doing the short lets as well?
Exactly.
And then also pulled the model over here.
Yeah. So as Ayrton said, he's versed with international Airbnb short lets. He's versed with doing it in the UK. So it made sense for us to venture out into that. We work very closely with guaranteed rent companies as well. So if you're looking for guaranteed rent, it's 2 to 3 year terms.
Yep. Yeah.
We're able to accommodate that as well.
On any type of properties, from studios up to 5-bedroom properties or even HMOs, we can do that as well.
Exactly. So we're actually going out to hopefully see a HMO tomorrow. Well, I've seen it once already, but not the finished article. It's going to be in Lewisham, 6-bed, all with en suites, and it's looking pretty good. We're hoping to achieve around £1,000 a room mark for that. But worst case scenario, it won't be less than $850. So compared to your standard lets, the HMOs are achieving good value. But again, there's different angles you have to go for that, covering the bill costs and stuff like that.
So it gives everyone a bit of an insight into both of us and how the business is run.
Literally.
We offer what services we offer through the business as well.
And if you got any questions for us, drop a comment, ask us the question. We'd be more than happy to reply to you. We can maybe set up a call. And if you're looking to become a guest on our show, then again, let us know. But I think we'd like to thank you for logging in, watching, and we'll hopefully see you on the next episode of P.I.P. Thank you very much.
Thank you.